Hi, this is Daryl coming back at you. We're just going to do an honest and forthright review for the Royalton Chic Punta Cana for October of 2022. I'm going to have some helpful tips and things you may not know, what to look out for at the hotel, for customs, you name it. It's not going to be long and drawn out. We just want to keep this short and simple, and to help people like me who are just honest, good working people that just want a fair bang for the buck. And this is an honest total review, good and bad, no sugarcoating. We're going to go through everything from the hotel, the check-in, the culture, the restaurants, the pool, the bar, the drinks, you name it. So let's get the start going. First of all, with the check-in was pretty good. It was seamless. It was smooth. We walked in, individual check-in areas, took like 5 minutes. Not an issue with the language. We can get by with the Spanish, but if you can't, the people there are very good with the English, and it's to be noted on that. Check-in is 3 o'clock. We didn't get there till 12. So there's a washroom, and then there's a common area in the washroom with individual doors that you can close and everything where you can go get changed. So obviously, if you've seen some of my other videos, I've mentioned that you should always have on your carry-on a set of trunks, a set of your spouse's trunks in case stuff gets lost, just so you can go swimming and get going and doing your thing. The check-in was good. People were awesome. I couldn't say enough about it. For the most part, it was quick, simple. They brought you a drink. The person was at the airport waiting for us, was good. I can't say enough. I would give the check-in 4 out of 5. Okay, now we're going to go to the rooms. The rooms were very basic, generic. Sorry, I didn't get any shots or footage on it, but if you go onto videos and check it out, the room at best is maybe 110 square foot. It is small. Beds were awesome. I couldn't say enough. Very comfy. Pillows sucked. It's just me, but there's been a lot of other people, if your reviews and people at the hotel were saying the same. Still doable, but we're just here for, again, an honest review. In the rooms, the decor was modern, chic, hence the name, the Royalton Chic. Couldn't say enough. Not really. There was a slick little seating area. TV was a big one. When it worked, it was satellite service, and it was terrible. We had to call 3 times to come and get the thing reset. Every time the guy came in, we were gone. Kind of annoyance. Once you get on the TV and reset, there was a lot of stations that were English. So if you look past that, that wasn't too bad. The bathroom area, it was weird. Again, sorry I didn't get footage. The doors were half glazed, and then you could see through on the top, and there was like no door general area. So if your spouse wants to go brush your teeth and you're on the throne, hope you're not bashful. The shower had a window leading to the bedroom, which was again that half glazed type glass and then half see-through. Okay, whatever, it's an adult party resort, we know this. No kids, so you know what, if it works for you. But the shower, oh boy. The overhead shower had no pressure, and the water was shooting everywhere. It was terrible. Quick little thought, little tip for you. When you close the shower door, keep a towel close somehow if you can, or if your other half is going in, or if you want to shower with your partner, it's tough, it's small. Have them push a towel up against the door, because the water, the grade is not small enough, and it doesn't slope far enough down, and you will flood your bathroom out, I'm telling you. Other than that, the maid service every day was great. Can't say enough about them. Always polite. Fridge was always restocked. It was good. Other than that, you take everything into account for everything. The stuff with the TV, whatever. It happens. The maid service was good, even though the pillows were off in the shower. Everything was still functionable. I would give that a 3.5 out of 5. So now we're going to go down to the grounds and the pool area. If you watch some of my videos, I had very extensive ground and footage area from the lobby and so on. Around the grounds and the pool. The grounds to start off with were very typical Punta Cana-esque. Super neat. Everything was laid out very good. Signs very clear. It's not a super huge resort, so you shouldn't find it that hard to maneuver your way around. The pool area it's small, but very neat. One of the neater pools I've been at. The people in this place, they've worked hard to keep it clean. Pool chairs were comfortable. There was never an issue really to get chairs, like saving them and all that. What was an issue is overhead coverage. There was like 6 umbrellas. Now, there was damage from Hurricane Fiona. There's now a beach bar that was reasonably close that I guess tore the roof off. They then took like 10 of the umbrellas and put it above their bar area. Well, those umbrellas, from what I found out after I asked a few people, were from the pool area. So there is a nice little submerged seating area for like chairs in the water. There's a bit of a pergola. You can't escape too much from the sun, but it does give you some coverage. But other than that, the grounds, the pool, very neat. The waitressing by the pool was very good for the most part. One day it was a little slow, but again, we're not demanding people. You're there on holiday. It's island time. They were very good. Got the drinks, and the drinks were good. They were not watered down. I know my scotch and I know my rum, and they were great. Can't say enough for the people. A special kudos go out to Cynthia and Manuela. They were the pool help. They were bringing our drinks, and they got to the point, they were joking around all the time. They almost got to know your name. They knew what you drank, and I can't say enough about them. So taken into account, I mean, the cushions on the chair, to be noted, were not the ones that are attached. It's just like a giant big cushion, and a lot of them were ripped. So if you go to sit down, you go to pull the chair up all the way. I wish it could go one more notch, because you're sitting at a bit of an angle on your back, and you start to slide, literally, if it's ripped apart in some areas. So that's one thing to note, and it can leave you in an uncomfortable position. Another tip is to watch when you're walking. Oh my God. I mean, it's always going to be a little slippery, but there's something about this tile that even with my rubber-based sandals, I was sliding, and a lot of people took some tumbles. We watched one person in the pool. At the bottom of the pool, you get to the last steps, there's like a grade that goes rounded like this, and boy, she went for a ride. I almost went for a ride myself. So if you're there, get water shoes constantly, and just watch what you do, and not just for going for the walk and all that, everything around there. And special note to the cleaners for the bathrooms and areas around the pool. The nicest bathrooms I've been in, and I mean, so neat and everything else. I would give the grounds and pool 3.5 out of 5. Now we're going to go to the buffet and the restaurants. Yeah. Do not associate what you think food with the Royalton. You think Royalton, you think customer service, excellence, royal, you expect regal, you expect top of the line. Not the case at this place. Reviews, either people hate it or they love it on the food. The buffet, start off with the buffet, is small, never warm. The people in there working around there, very nice. Couldn't say enough. And for breakfast, the one best spot was an omelet bar where you go and you pick out your stuff. They cook it for you. That was pretty good. I'm not a big breakfast guy. But after that, pretty much the basics, bacon, this, that, everything, not too bad. Limited, very repetitious, carb heavy. If you're really watching carbs, it is what it is. Now getting on to like the restaurants. Okay, sorry, we'll just stick with the buffet, finish it off. For the lunch, yuck, it was all cold, repetitious again and again and again. You want to go for lunch? There's a little restaurant called Munchies right by the pool, and you don't need Diamond Club to actually get into that, and I'll get into that in a minute. It's very good. They got burgers, hot dogs. The roasted chicken is good. We ate there 2 or 3 times, basic, and believe it or not, it was the only place that I knew where you could go and actually get French fries. There was not one bit of French fries at the supper buffet, lunch, you name it. A little weird, but whatever. Now we get on to the restaurants. Oh my God, it was horrible. We never ate at the steak restaurant because I talked to a few people we were going to, 2 or 3 different people, and they all said the same thing. It was horrible. It took forever, and it was tendony, veiny, it's cold, and just potatoes were lumpy. They were, again, just not what you expect with a Royalton name. Taj. There's an Indian restaurant there, and they were constantly flipping out. One day it's the Italian, one day it's the Indian. Never got a chance. I'm not a big guy for Indian food, so I can't even give this place an honest review on that because it's not for me. The Italian, I was looking so forward to it. I've watched other people do reviews, said it was wonderful and everything else. It was terrible. I got chicken marsala. The chicken, I never knew chicken marsala to come with a bone and everything else. It was like a thigh or chicken, but I'm not certain. That's how bad it was. I went to cut it and it was veiny, tendony. It was just gross. Cold. The sauce tasted nothing like a marsala gravy. There was no mushrooms. There was no onions. There was no, like, even the gravy was like a different color. It was just, we never got sick from the food or nothing because we barely ate. And it's just one of those things. Very, very, very disappointing. And especially with the Diamond Club. I'm going to get onto that further on the next bit, but to eat at this place, you need Diamond Club. You need to sit here, you need Diamond Club. And every place was Diamond Club, Diamond Club, Diamond Club. And the Diamond Club restaurants, and I went to talk to some people, they said that got the special privileges, and they said it was horrible. The buffet was better. I said, how bad was it? If that buffet was better, just watch yourself when they're always trying to push for this culinary restaurant. Push, push, push every day. Oh yeah, seating, no problem. There's a small fine print that says there's an extra charge. They never say nothing. Oh, it can be billed to your room. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Don't do it. $200 American. I was inquiring, and I said, okay, what is it, menu? And he's bouncing around. I said, how much is it? Well, it's really worth it. I said, no, just answer the question. How much? $200 American. He goes, well, they can get some cheaper ones. And I said, that's your basic dinner, $200? So if you're not expecting this, you're going to have a $200 charge when you go to leave. So be aware of that. That's a big thing with me. I don't like when they're trying to push stuff like that, trying to sneak it by it. There was fine print saying there'd be an additional charge, but it didn't say how much. And I heard them 2 or 3 times. And when they tried it with me, oh, we can just bill it to the room. Don't worry about it. Worry about it. Okay. Now for the next bit. No, sorry. For the restaurants and buffet and the food, the people were nice, but you got to take everything into account. Everything was neat. We got seated right away. It was the people were awesome at this place, but the food, the buffet cannot make up for that. I'm going, if I could go lower, I would. I'm going 1 out of 5. I was so disappointed. Associating, you think with the food, with Royalton, you're thinking excellence, and I was thinking the same thing with the food. Garbage. Then we're going to go to the final bit of the review here. The atmosphere, the ideology, and the service. Again, the people, I'm a broken record. I can't say enough about them. They made you feel welcome. They remembered your drinks. They remembered everything. This is a party resort. We love our foam parties. They have 2 foam parties there, Wednesday and Saturday, which were fun, off the hook. Kind of crappy weather, but we had a blast. That was good. Drinks aren't watered down. The room was solid. But it was the attitude that made me feel like a second-class citizen. And I talked to 3 or 4 other people, and they had the same feeling we did. If you wanted to go to a certain restaurant, oh, no, Diamond Club. If you wanted to sit on these seats, like these little private suites by the pool, they had the fridge, everything, you name it. Oh, no. You were Diamond Club, and then you paid on top of it. I heard that was $225 American to sit in these. You watch my videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. No one was even in these day beds. Oh, Diamond Club only. So what's the big deal if we'd sit in them around? We didn't bother because they didn't look that comfortable. Sorry, with the pillows or the headpieces were terrible. But just making me feel second class. First they said, oh, you can't make a reservation without Diamond Club. We went down there, 2.5 hour wait. The woman says, well, if you just made reservations, would have been fine. We were told that we need Diamond Club. She goes, oh, no. Okay, fine. The next day, we went down, my wife went down to the check-in area. She went to concierge, and they go, oh, you got to have Diamond Club do that. She lost her, I'm not going to say it, SH blankety blank, and it wasn't the poor guy's fault, but man, somebody had to hear it, and she lost it saying, we paid good money, and we can't go here, we can't go there, oh, we can't sit here, we can't sit there for this Diamond Club for this, Diamond Club for that. Ridiculous. All of a sudden, we get a call the next morning, oh, would you like a reservation here, would you like a reservation there, and so on. Getting on to the Diamond Club. just to use the privilege of the restaurants, which I told you early in the video were crap. Horrible, horrible, horrible. $30 American per person per day. That's $60 American. So in a week, that's $420 just for the privilege using a restaurant. And their services were no good, no better than anyone else. The food was terrible at the other restaurant because we had some people that brought food back for us and all that, and it was not good. The rooms for Diamond Club, like the upgrades and so on, never, obviously we couldn't go in and see because we're not Diamond Club. But from what I did some digging on that, and it's $75 per person per day if you want to upgrade your room. So that's $150 American. We live in Canada, so Canadian currency, you go from 150, you're looking probably 210 in a week. That's $1,400. Be very, very sure you want this, because the resort, you get what you pay for. We got a good deal, but we did not get what we paid for at this place. The Diamond Club and all this pushing made me feel like a second-class citizen, and it just didn't make me feel very good about the resort. I would not recommend this resort. This resort, to call themselves a 5-star, it's all lipstick and mascara. You got to look beyond that. The functionality of the place, the functionality of the rooms, the buffets don't work. The restaurants were terrible. The Diamond Club constantly push. It got to a point, like, I just didn't want to see these people when they're walking around and pushing for tours and this every time. That got real old real fast. So all in all, for the ideology and the people and the service and everything else, I hate to loop in the atmosphere to loop the service and the help into this, but it is what it is. They have to put in. I would go 1. The service and the people were one of the best we ever had. That's the only reason they got the 1. If I could go 0, I would. It's just totally not what we were looking for, and it's something that you have to be aware of. Now, I got a little tip for you when you're going to leave the Dominican. When you need $20 a day American to exit the country. Now, when you go first in line, first thing they do is you got to pay. But before you pay, they ask to see your ticket, your e-ticket. Now, I would suggest sometimes your carrier may have different websites and they've got the apps that you can go and fill it out. If you go onto eticket.com, it will take care of all departures and all arrivals in the country you're at or to where you're going. We're from Canada. We didn't know that we had to fill all this stuff out. This is just the way it is now. You go on there, you get it done with, you'll be good. Now, at the first checkpoint, before they even took the $20, I showed them the Q code. They go, no, that's not good enough. I screenshot it, and I go, why? And they said they wanted to see salida. Now, salida in Espanol means exit. I just didn't pull down far enough and screenshot. I'm like, really? I had to fill it all out again. Luckily, we were in the Premium Plus side, and do yourself a favor. If you can pay a little bit more to get the Priority Plus service, where we walked right up, no one was in line. We didn't bud because we paid for the extra service. We walked right in, even with having to fill it all again. We were done in 5 to 7 minutes. A fella helped us out there. He was pretty good, but just something to be noted. Now, you go through 3 or 4 different entry points. Now, the second last entry point before you get to the duty free, watch, because they're going to ask to see then the Q code. Now, if you just show them the salida, no, it's not good enough. They want to see Q code. So I would highly suggest scroll your phone down when you're first doing it, screen save salida, and then scroll down a little bit more till you get the Q code, screen save that, and just keep them. Obviously, it'll come in 2 different screenshots on your gallery. You'll be good. So that's just a little thing to kind of help you out with that. And at the resorts, a lot of them are going to it now. Just getting back to that. You go to check your flights and everything else. There is no more books. It has to be done online. So I would suggest going to the carrier of your choice, download their app, and right on there, check your flight status. We never found out about the bus to take us back. I found it a little backwards at, I sent the guy a text and he goes he'd get back to us by 6. Never did, but we found it out, no problem. But everything is done online. So I hope these little tips that I gave you at the end will be enough to get you through. So thanks for watching. All in all, for the Royalton, for everything from food, bars, culture, I was very disappointed. This was on our radar for 5 or 6 years. we won't be back. I do not suggest you go there. If you want, check out my videos, check out other people's videos. I do not get endorsements from other people. All I want is to let the normal working Joes out there like myself, you'll work your butt off for your money, and money is so tough to come around. And if I can help out one person make a decision saying, hey, I don't think I want to do this, then it's gone to a worthwhile time. And I thank everyone for watching this, and stay tuned for our next adventure. Thanks for watching.